Gyruss, yet again. Is this guy insane? Perhaps I am. You may really get very tired of my Gyruss videos, perhaps you're not. You can consider this a challenge video. I challenge you, the viewer, to beat me at Gyruss. I play the arcade version here, and I'll show you how far I got, and I'm curious after your techniques and if you get any further than I. Okay, let's go take a look and see how I did. Okay, Gyruss, also perhaps pronounced as Gyruss in Japanese, is shoot 'em up, and a video game developed by Konami in 1983. It was designed by Yoshiki Okamoto, and he also created Time Pilot, which is another favorite of mine. Well, it was ported to a huge number of consoles. For example, the Atari 2600, yes, the Atari 2600 has a version, the Famicom Disk System, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Atari 8-bit, and the Commodore 64, for example. I don't think a Spectrum version exists. It actually, the guy who created this game later joined Capcom, and he actually went on to write Street Fighter, yeah, the first version, and the first game, and a great shmup called 1942. Well, everybody knows that the soundtrack of this great game consists of a rather upbeat version of Toccata in Fugue D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach. It is running on a 6809 CPU, and it also uses 8039 CPU and a sound chip by Yamaha, I believe. Well, the gameplay, well, as you see, the gameplay is very similar to Galaga, but it has a small twist, as it is presented in glorious 3D perspective. Well, not the 3D that we are used to from the 3D televisions and the 3D cinema that we are used to today, but it's a regular old-fashioned perspective, 3D perspective. You fly around the screen, and well, it's basically Galaga on a Tempest-like format. So a lot of people actually compare it to Galaga and Tempest. I think it's more closely related to Galaga than Tempest. The perspective is Tempest, but the gameplay is more or less Galaga. Some people call it a so-called cube shooter, and I think Gyruss is one of the best tube shooters out there. Well, what is coming your way? Most of the enemies that come your way are actually spaceships, and you have to destroy all the spaceships before the level is completed. They move in various patterns. Sometimes they appear on the center of the screen, sometimes they appear from the edges, sometimes they have some sort of arc, they fly in some sort of arc, and if you know the game and you know the levels, it's kind of predictable, and you'll know where to be, where to position your ship in order to survive, which is not easy because I fail miserably at it a lot of the times. What else? There's satellites that fly your way. Satellites can be destroyed and actually provide you with a power-up. There's also asteroids that fly your way. You can't destroy those. And laser beam generators that you really have to destroy, and they really block a lot of your path. Let me see. You actually fly around the solar system. You start with Neptune, and you go to Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, and finally Earth. And it roughly takes 3 warps to each planet, and yeah, that's it. I used to think that the objective was to fly to the center of the solar system. I never got past Earth, and for some reason I actually think that's the final destination, but I'm not sure. Perhaps correct me if I'm wrong. So, I love this game. I'm a big fan of it, hence yet another video. Sorry if I bore you, but I can't be helped. I have a Gyruss infection.